Welcome to MyProjectBazaar.com. Our project title is a profit maximization scheme with guaranteed quality of service in cloud computing. Let's see the abstract for our project. As an effective and efficient way to provide computing resources and services to customers on demand, cloud computing has become more and more popular. From cloud service providers' perspective, profit is one of the most important considerations. It is mainly determined by the configurations of a cloud service platform under given market demand. So, a single long-term renting scheme is usually adapted to configure a cloud platform which cannot guarantee the service quality. So, a double resource renting scheme is designed firstly in which short-term renting and long-term renting are combined, aiming at the existing uses. So, this double renting scheme was effectively guarantee the quality of service of all requests. So that is being used in our project. Let's discuss the flow diagram for our project. Our project starts from here. There is business service provider who will provide services, cloud computing services for the users. So initially the users can quote some requirements to the business service provider, and the business service provider will provide those requirements to the consumers. So the consumers if you want to use some cloud services, means they will quote a requirement to the business service provider. The business service provider will provide the virtual machines, that is virtual machine server to the consumer in cloud environment. So everything will be stored in the cloud environment. So they will maintain by the infrastructure provider, which who they will maintain the infrastructures. So by using this we can provide a profit, we can maximize our profit by using virtual servers, because by using physical servers there will be more investment will be applied for that, but by using virtual machines we can decrease that amount of investments. So here, once the server is overloaded, is buffered, means they are using some temporary virtual servers which will reduce more and more cost effective. So by using this, the consumer can process the services efficiently and the good quality of services will be provided to them. We are logging as a customer account. So for customer, we have to provide the email and password. So after giving the email and password, we can log into our account. So once sign in, the customer has the following options: quote your requirement, working with allocated features, and check allocations. I'm going to quote my requirement. To quote my requirement, you have to specify the RAM, hard disk, and processor and graphics card, whatever you want. You have to specify to provide to the business service provider for providing virtual service. So I'm selecting those contents, and once I click the submit button, it will the proposal will goes to business provider. So the customer also can check the allocation status, that is already allocated services, that is the server which we requested, and the server which is allocated. So this is the working area, allocation services working area. So now we are working with this virtual machine. So I'm uploading 4 type of files. This is the size of the files. So once I uploaded the 4 types of files, the size exceeds the files, the temporary server will be allocated. You can see on the screen the temporary server is processing. Why? Because the server is overloaded. That's what the business service provider provided the temporary service to us. Now I'm logging to as a business service provider using my email and password. So this is my email and password. I'm giving the credential. I'm giving those credentials. I'm signing in. Once I sign in, is using valid credential. Once I signing in, I'll also see this. If you have done any if you have no account, means you can sign up like using this create account options. That is the provider name, IP address, and email ID and password. Using this, you can create a new account. So by creating this, once Our business provider create an account and sign in. He has these following options: check order proposal, request instance of virtual machines, and assign new machine. This is the proposal list. That is, the customer wants any quota. That is, ask the customer request any proposal means. The business service provider will bid to the infrastructure provider. This is the infrastructure provider. The infrastructure provider will provide the infra for the business provider. So the infrastructure provider, what is infrastructure provider? Actually, infrastructure provider provides the virtual machine environment to the business service provider, and the business service provider will assign those virtual machines to customers for cost. So our project goal is to find the profit maximization. So this is the virtual server infrastructure provider homepage. So here they can see the virtual machine proposal for the business service provider, and they can select the catalog and allocate some virtual machines. Once I click the allocate virtual server machines, it will be allocated. When I click this button, you can see this this is the virtual environment. So the infrastructure provider will allocate this slot using a slot number and allocate this slot to business service provider. Once the slot is allocated, you can see here the business service provider will display by this slot. So the business service provider will assign the virtual machine to the user. The user can be benefited. So here finally we are performing the profit analyzation for a particular month. The profit maximization you can see in dollars. We can save the amount like this. Thank you.